When you're making stuff for YouTube, like we were never making stuff with the intention of that stuff becoming popular or getting us the opportunity to make a feature. You're like, ah, man, I would love for that to happen. Then you do get a phone call of a guy who's like, I'm real, and you want to do this. And then it becomes the most terrifying thing that you ever heard. But I also knew that if I didn't say yes to this, I would regret it forever. Hi, I'm Colin Krawchuk.
And I'm Michael Sheffield, and we graduated from the Film and Video program at F.I.R.S.T Institute.
And we just finished production on our first feature film, The Jester.
It was very unexpected for The Jester to gain as much popularity as it had, because before that, our videos would get in the double thousands. Nothing really gained that kind of speed, and then it was maybe a month after The Jester came out where it hit 100,000 views.
And last year, I was contacted by Patrick Ewald. He was persistent, thankfully. I don't know why, but he eventually found my email and was like, hey, I want to talk about The Jester. I want to talk about making it into a feature film. And I was like, let me look this guy up. And I looked him up, and he's the CEO of Epic Pictures. And I was like, oh no, this is a real guy. So gave him a call, and it was just very direct and blunt. And he said, we want to make this movie with you, fly you up to Maryland. You'd have this amount of budget. You'd have this kind of crew. You can bring this guy if you want. And you could write it if you want. You can direct it if you want. What do you say? So I said yes. And then I called kind of panicking how we're so stupid for having 6 years to come up with a feature film idea for The Jester and never doing it. And now we have 2 weeks to come up with a treatment. And so we did that and submitted that treatment right at the 2-week deadline. And we're really thinking oh, well, we'll just wait until they say, yeah, we don't like this at all. See you later. We'll get somebody else. And instead they came back and they said, this is different. This is not what we expected. And yeah, go ahead and you have 4 weeks now to write a script, 75 to 90 pages. It still doesn't feel real. You're still sitting at home, just yeah, apparently I'm gonna make a movie in October. And it's not until you're standing at the airport and you're like, oh my gosh, where am I going? I don't know where Frederick, Maryland is. You fly there and you're brought to the production office, and then you meet the AD, and there's your film blocked out on the wall. And now you're here and you turn around from the schedule and there's the wardrobe rack with all your characters' clothes on it, and there's the Jester suits and everything. And that was my first time in seeing oh, these characters are real now. And then we're there on the first night. The lights, the generators all had to be lugged by the grips through the woods in the dark because there's no lighting out there. So you had people tripping and falling in holes and Getting lost, yeah, and trying to move vehicles around. But it also is the first week of any of us meeting each other. So we're still trying to develop how we communicate, and the DP's trying to learn what my taste is for how things look. Learning all that stuff in the woods is not the ideal place. We got sound guys, we got a gaffer, we got grips, and all these people are setting up these lights, and I'm like, I still don't know if this is gonna look like a cheap movie or not. And then the first shot happens, and I see it on the monitor, and I see the performance, and now I know what my movie's gonna look like. It was a really special kind of emotional experience for me. I'm so proud of all the work that everybody put into it. And I'm so proud of us for being able to stick together for 10 years and keep making stuff, and then also survive the 4-week process of making this feature and staying in the same hotel room and not killing each other and coming out the other side with a movie. And it's the movie that we wrote, and it's the character that we created. And I think that more than anything, we should and always should be proud of that.